Hello and welcome to Midterm Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing American Football LP3. Of course, I know what you're going to be saying.
Nick, you're late with this album review. It's uploaded late.
Yes, I know, okay. I just got caught up with stuff, and also I was going to do this album review earlier, but I came across some other albums which I think were more important reviewing first. So I finally got the time to do this album review now. So yeah, let's get straight into it. If you don't know, American Football is like this math rock, emo sort of band. And yeah, it sort of set off many of the trends which were used originally in their first album, LP1 or American Football 1, whatever you want to call it. And essentially the lead singer went off and done his own thing called Owen, which sounded pretty good, and there was some pretty strong tracks and albums which he released in that time. And then afterwards there's American Football 2 or LP2, which got a few mixed reviews, but personally I enjoyed it myself, but it wasn't as good as the first album. I think everyone agreed on that, even if they enjoyed it or not. And now there's the third one. Definitely sort of got more roots to the first album compared to the second one, but the singing style is definitely more of the second one than the first one, a bit more sort of lower pitched sort of singing in many of the songs. So the album opens up with the song Silhouettes, which is alright. It goes on for a bit too long, I think. Very sort of instrumental, not very sort of lyrical. And yeah, it sort of gets you into this sort of calm sort of vibe, which American Football do. It gets you straight into the album and sort of sets the tone for the rest of it. Every Wave to Ever Rise is next, and I think it's good that they got all of these people to help on that, sort of with the sort of scene that they're in, because they do take a lot of influence, these people that are featuring in it, such as Elizabeth Powell, Hayley Williams, Rachel Goswell. They sort of all take influence from American Football in some form or another. So I think it's good that they went back and sort of helped American Football with this album to have some of these sort of other vocals and that. This album definitely has this sort of chill, calm vibe, which is sort of like a double-edged sword in some sort of way, because with some of the tracks, they are quite good, that they're sort of nice and chilled and that, like Iron Apartment, Mine to Miss, and stuff like that. But it can also sort of add this strange uncertainty to some of the tracks, which is not the best, like Doom in Full Bloom and Life Support and that. It sort of just seems like, I don't know what's going on with them tracks, sort of thing, but most of the tracks do benefit from this sort of chill vibe. I think the track that sticks out the most is Uncomfortably Numb, which is definitely like a more sort of link back to the second album, and yeah, it sort of sticks out a bit, not in a bad way. It was quite good. I liked sort of the singing style and a bit more lyrical compared to most of the other tracks on the album, and Hayley Williams does some good vocal work and that on there. I definitely see the Owen influence that's been put onto there. I think that he's definitely sort of got a bit more into it and that, but he's not been as, he's letting like the instruments sort of take over, such as like the really calm drums, and they even got like some samples of triangles and stuff like that, some sort of stuff that make it sort of sound a bit suburban-y, which is what they originally done. Many of the tracks are quite long in length, especially Silhouettes, which is the longest track on the album. They're at least around about 4 to 5 minutes, which can be quite good because you get to go along and experience sort of like the suburban chill sort of vibe that they go for. But in some cases, like I said, it's another double-edged sword that it sort of drags on quite a bit, where they don't really adjust sort of like the chord pattern or any of the notes or anything. They sort of just repeat the same thing over and over again for like a minute or two for some of the tracks, which can be a bit annoying, but overall isn't too bad, because luckily they are sort of quite catchy sort of chord progressions and notes and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's a good thing in some ways. So overall, I enjoyed this album. I think it's a pretty good album. It's pretty solid in their discography. I think a lot more people who didn't like the second American Football album but like the first one, I think they'll definitely enjoy this one a lot more. And yeah, overall it's getting better reception overall. So yeah, overall I'm going to give this a 7 And yeah, this is a very solid album, and I really recommend you to listen to it if you're into math rock, emo sort of stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in 2 days' time.